Hey guys, Tony Denaro here. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do some DD on Redbox warrants because there remains much misunderstanding about what is going on with the warrants. And I just want to throw this quick tweet up for you so you can see that I have been watching this for, about a month now. And I was very concerned that this was all a ploy to trick retail into driving the price up so that they could do some dilution. And we're going to talk about this dilution notice in a separate video. But today I want to talk about a separate issue, and that is the commonly confused difference between warrant exercise and warrant redemption. Redemption meaning that they are going to take the warrants back away from you. This video is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold Redbox. I'm simply sharing some due diligence with you to help you understand more about warrants. I have played Redbox on the run up in the past 30 days. At this time, I'm out of my position and I am monitoring the action of the stock. Now stick with me to the end of this video. I'm going to take 1 minute for the new investor just to explain what a warrant is, and then I'm going to get into the critical info, the critical misunderstanding that's been going on in the Redbox community about confusing the definition of exercising a warrant and redemption of a warrant. Anytime I'm making a post on Twitter or YouTube about Redbox and these warrants, I always get someone in the comments saying, but they can't exercise them until the price is over $18 for 20 days. That is simply not true. Let's talk about it. People are confusing the difference between a redemption and exercise. So let's go through this paragraph real quick, and I'm going to lay it out to you in a way that a layman can understand. In simple terms, a warrant is sort of like a call option. You purchase it for $1 or $2, depending on the price that they offer it at or the current market price. And you get a certain amount of time to hold on to that warrant, typically about 5 years. And then you hope that during that time period, the price of the stock goes up above the exercise price of your warrant. You can exercise the warrant and exchange it for shares of the stock. And let's say Redbox was at $25 and your warrant exercise price was $11.50. Well, you're now holding a share of $25 stock that you picked up for $11.50 plus whatever price you initially paid for the warrant. Warrants are usually good for a certain amount of time. Typically what we see on SPACs is that they have a lifetime of about 5 years. And at any time during that time, once you're able to exercise them, you can exercise your warrant and trade it for common stock. Or the company could issue a redemption request for those warrants in which they call them back from you. Now, if you take no action on a redemption request, it's going to become worthless. They'll basically give you 1 penny for each warrant that you own. So if you get a redemption request on a warrant, it behooves you to exercise the warrant. And they will typically only issue a redemption request if the warrant is well in the money. And we're going to talk about that here in this paragraph so you can see how that all works out. From this Redbox filing, you can see here the sentence that says the public warrants expire 5 years after the completion of the business combination, and Redbox may redeem them from you under the following conditions. And remember, redemption means they're going to call that warrant back, which means you either need to exercise it or they're only going to give you 1 penny for it. How do I know that they're only going to give you a penny for it in the redemption? Well, because that is typically what happens with all warrants, and it says it right here in this bullet point. They will redeem it from you at a price of 1 penny per warrant. Once the company issues a redemption request to warrant holders, you have 30 days to decide what you're going to do. Either exercise it, which is typically the smart play, or just do nothing, and after 30 days, they are going to redeem it from you for 1 penny per warrant. Now, under what conditions could Redbox issue a redemption request? Under what conditions could Redbox tell you that they want their warrants back and that you need to make a decision to exercise it or sell it to them for 1 penny? That is covered in the last bullet item. It says here in the last bullet point, if the company's common stock equals or exceeds $18 for any 20 trading days within a 30 trading day period, that Redbox can decide to issue a redemption request. Now, that does not mean that no one can ever exercise their warrants. You can exercise warrants absolutely at any time, but obviously the only time it would actually make sense to exercise a warrant would be when the stock price is above the combined price of the exercise price of the warrant plus whatever you paid for it. I know that this information is confusing to people that are not familiar with warrants, but this paragraph is specifically talking about when the company may redeem public warrants. It has nothing to do with exercising. And the reason they have a 5-year term on warrants and the reason they might want to redeem them at some point during that is they don't want these warrants hanging out there forever. So they set up conditions where they can either redeem it and call them back from you or force you to exercise them, or they will just expire and you paid for a warrant, you took your chances, and that play didn't work out, just like sometimes options plays on calls don't work out. Hopefully this video has helped you understand the key differences between a exercise price and redemption by a company of a warrant. I know that a lot of people have covered this topic previously, and unfortunately, and I'm sure unintentionally, the information was not correct. It is very confusing language. To any content creators out there, please know that I am always available to you as a resource to bounce ideas off of or to ask questions. Just a final note on Redbox Warrants, there does exist both private placement warrants and public warrants on Redbox. The public warrants are the ones you see traded under the ticker symbol RDBXW, and both the public and the private warrants have an exercise price of $11.50. That is a completely separate issue than the redemption criteria with the $18 for 20 days. Thank you for watching, and depending on what happens with Redbox stock in the coming days, I will do some follow-up videos for you on this upcoming dilution. And if you have other questions about warrants, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I am Tony Denaro. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out the door. Please buy and hold that subscribe button if this is your first time here, and I will see you on the next video.